Stop asking, what curriculum should I use? That question is costing you thousands of dollars, countless hours, and unnecessary heartbreak with your kids. And I know that sounds harsh because you're not asking it because you're lazy or unqualified. You're asking it because nobody ever told you there was a better place to start. Here's the truth. Curriculum is not the problem. The starting point is the problem. And once you shift the starting point, everything else gets easier. The decision gets clearer, the daily battles get fewer, and homeschool starts to feel like something you were actually built for. By the end of this video, you're going to know the one question that changes everything, and you're going to have a simple framework for answering it, so you can stop spinning in circles and start building a homeschool that actually fits your family. Here's what actually happens when you start with what curriculum should I use and why it keeps making things worse, not better. You go to Facebook, you get 7 different answers, you Google it, you get whatever has the best SEO, and you ask your friends. They all swear by something different, and now you're more confused than when you started. It's like walking into a grocery store with no list, no idea what you're making for dinner, and just grabbing whatever looks good or whatever someone else has in their cart. You're going to end up with a bunch of stuff that doesn't go together, doesn't fit your family, and leaves everyone frustrated. I watch families waste thousands of dollars and months of time this way. They buy the most popular curriculum, the one everyone in co-op uses, the one with the glowing reviews, and 3 weeks in they realize it doesn't match how their family actually operates at all. Not because it was a bad curriculum, because they started in the wrong place. So what is the right question? The question is, what does my family actually need? That's it. That's the shift. And answering it honestly before you ever look at a single curriculum is what separates the families who thrive from the ones who battle through every school day wondering if they're ruining their kids. The first question most moms skip is the most expensive one to get wrong. Here's what it is and why it matters more than any curriculum choice. Because the best curriculum in the world means nothing if it doesn't fit your actual life right now. When a family comes to me, I don't start with curriculum, I start with reality. Do you have a newborn or a toddler at home? Do you work or run a business? Do your kids have competitive sports or heavy extracurriculars? What does your day actually look like? And then, and this one matters more than most people realize, how do you thrive? Some moms need everything laid out. Open the book, follow the plan, check the box, no prep, no guesswork. That's not a weakness, that's self-awareness. Other moms feel suffocated by a scripted curriculum. They need flexibility, room to follow rabbit trails, freedom to adapt. Neither is right or wrong, but if the curriculum doesn't match how you operate, you're going to be miserable. And if mom isn't thriving, nobody's thriving. I had a mom come in who bought a highly rated, comprehensive, all-in-one curriculum. On paper, it was perfect. In real life, it required so much prep she couldn't keep up. She had little kids. She was already maxed out. What she needed was an open and go. We changed it, found something simpler, added a couple of online classes to fill in the gaps, and suddenly homeschool felt possible again. It wasn't a bad curriculum, it was just the wrong season for it. Choosing curriculum that fits your season is not lowering your standards. It's being honest about what you can actually sustain, and sustainability matters more than perfection. The second question gets to the root of why so many homeschool days turn into battles. It has nothing to do with the curriculum you choose. Your child's not broken because they can't sit still for 2 hours. They're not lazy, they're not behind, they're not difficult. They're just wired differently than the curriculum you might be forcing on them. When I work with families, I'm looking at things like, can they sit still or do they need movement? Do they come alive around other kids or do they shut down in a group setting? Do they need to see, hear, and touch something or can they read and absorb? I had a mom whose son was really struggling. She tried multiple curricula and nothing was clicking. She thought something was wrong with him or worse, with her. Then we realized he was a social learner. He needed other kids around him. The moment she added a co-op, everything changed. Not a new curriculum, a different environment. And I want to say something about math battles specifically, because I hear this more than almost anything else. If you and your child are battling every single day over a subject, I want you to hear this clearly. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. Sometimes a curriculum just isn't the right fit. And sometimes your child needs a different voice, a tutor, a co-op teacher, an online class, not because you failed, but because that's just how learning works. Protecting your relationship with your child matters more than finishing the curriculum, always. When you understand your child's wiring, you stop taking their resistance personally. You stop fighting them. You start meeting them where they are, and that's where real growth happens. The third question is the one that stops you from burning out, and most moms moms are answering it based on completely the wrong input. And this one is personal. It's the one most moms either skip or answer based on wrong input. What do you value as a family? Not what your co-op values, not what your church recommends, not what your mother-in-law thinks you should be doing. What matters to you? Do you want your child to love learning, have a strong faith foundation, think independently, be kind and resilient? Are you focused on college prep, testing, structure, academic rigor, or is character development the priority right now? These are not small questions, because a family who prioritizes character development is going to build a completely different homeschool than a family focused on college prep, and both are right for their family. And one more thing on this. If you're choosing Christian curriculum, don't just look at the label. Vet the publisher. Look at their statement of faith. Make sure the worldview behind the material actually aligns with your family's convictions, because you're not just teaching facts, you're discipling your children, and that means everything you bring into your home matters. When you know what to value, you stop second guessing every decision. You stop looking sideways at what everyone else is doing. You have a filter. That filter makes everything simpler. Here's what actually happens when a mom works through these 3 questions and why it changes everything from the very first day. She stops comparing herself to every other homeschool family online. She stops feeling like every curriculum could be right and every curriculum could be wrong. She starts asking not, is this the best curriculum, but is this the right curriculum for us right now? I had a mom come in, super busy, working, pulling her 2 boys out of public school, completely overwhelmed. She thought homeschool had to look like public school at home. Every subject, every day, 8 to 3. Once we talked through their season, her boys' wiring, and what actually they valued, everything shifted. She realized school could happen in the evenings, through conversation, cooking, documentaries, real life. She stopped trying to copy someone else's homeschool and started building one that fit her family. That's the shift I want for you. There is no perfect curriculum. There is only curriculum that works for your family right now. And as your family changes, your homeschool can change too. That is not failure. That is wisdom. Before we close, there's one more thing I need you to hear, and it might be the most important thing in this entire video. You have full permission to change course. If a curriculum is causing daily tears, constant battles, and a relationship with your child that's suffering, it's time to make a change. That is not failure. That is good stewardship. You can switch mid-year. You can slow down. You can bring in a tutor. You can take a break. And showing your kids that sometimes you try something, it doesn't work, and you make a change, that's not modeling failure. That's modeling wisdom, flexibility, and how to steward well. That's real life. There's nothing more important than your relationship with your child. Not the curriculum, not the schedule, and certainly not finishing the chapter. The relationship. Protect it. To the mom who is still afraid of making the wrong call, you're not behind. You are not ruining your kids. You do not have to get this perfect. Our children are a gift. And when we trust that the Lord will equip us one step at a time, one day at a time, we can stop operating out of fear and start operating out of purpose. You don't need the most expensive curriculum. You don't need what everyone else is doing. You need clarity about your family and the courage to build something that's actually yours. Start with the right question. Everything else follows. Now, if this framework resonates with you, there's something important underneath all of it I want you to understand. The reason most moms stay stuck in curriculum paralysis isn't just that they don't have a framework. It's that they don't believe they're the right person to do this. They're waiting to feel qualified, waiting to feel ready, waiting for enough certainty before they move forward. I made a video specifically about that feeling. It's called You're Not Unqualified to Homeschool, because the framework I just gave you only works if you actually believe you're capable of using it. Watch it next. It's the video I wish someone had shown me at the very beginning.